You were told a lie. You were told that if you just worked hard enough, the money would come. So you believed it. You woke up early, you stayed late, you took the extra shift, said yes to the extra task, carried the extra weight. And still, at the end of the month, you open your account and there is nothing there. And quietly, you start to wonder if something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You've just been playing by rules that were never designed to make you wealthy. Because here is the truth almost no one will say to your face. Hard work and wealth are two different things. One is a habit, the other is a system. And working hard inside the wrong system will keep you exhausted and broke for the rest of your life. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 5 reasons hardworking people stay poor. The first 4 are traps you can see the moment they're pointed out. But the fifth is the one I lived inside for years without ever noticing it. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So stay with me to the end. This one matters. First, let's kill the biggest illusion of all. Being broke is not about how much you earn. I've watched people earning very little build quiet, steady wealth, and I've watched people earning 10 times more stay trapped, stressed, one bad month from disaster. If income alone made people rich, every hardworking person on earth would already be free. They're not. So the problem was never the size of your effort. The problem is a set of invisible rules. Today, you learn that. Reason 1. The time trap. The first reason you stay broke: you are paid for your time, and time does not scale. There are only so many hours in a day, so when you trade your hours for money, there is a ceiling above you, a hard, unmovable ceiling. You can work faster, work longer, work through the weekend, and all you do is reach that ceiling sooner, more tired than before. And the moment you stop, you get sick, you get old, you simply need to rest. The money stops with you. Hard work inside this trap doesn't set you free. It just means you hit the wall at full speed. The wealthy figured out something simple and uncomfortable. You cannot get rich renting out your hours one at a time. At some point, something other than your time has to earn for you. Hold that thought, it matters later. Reason 2. The leaking bucket. The second reason hides in plain sight. It isn't what you earn, it's the gap. Being broke lives in the distance between what comes in and what goes out. And here is the cruel little law almost no one escapes. As your income rises, your spending quietly rises to swallow it. You get the raise and somehow the money vanishes just as fast. A bigger paycheck, a bigger phone, a bigger rent, and the same empty account at the end of the month. Picture 2 people. One earns $40,000 and keeps 10. The other earns $200,000 and keeps nothing. Tell me, who is actually building wealth? The one who earns less but holds a piece of it. Because wealth is not the water rushing through your hands. Wealth is the water you manage to keep. You don't have an income problem, you have a leaking bucket. And pouring more water into a leaking bucket has never made anyone rich. Reason 3. Assets versus liabilities. The third reason cuts deeper. You buy things that take money, the wealthy buy things that make money. When your money leaves your hands, ask one question: is it coming back? For most people, the answer is no. It leaves for the newer phone, the nicer car, the thing that looked like success, and it never returns. It goes out to work for someone else. The wealthy send their money out too, but their money goes out to work, and it comes home with more money walking beside it. A share of a business, a skill that pays them for years, something that quietly earns while they sleep. Here's the line I want you to carry. Until a part of every rupee you earn is sent out to work for you, You will always be the only one working. You alone, forever. And no human being can outwork an entire system that never sleeps. Now, if you've been nodding along, good. But I have to warn you. Everything I've said so far is about money. The next two reasons are not about money at all. They're about you. Because you can understand every rule I just gave you and still stay broke. I did, and the reason why is far more uncomfortable than any spreadsheet. Reason 4. Motion is not progress. The fourth reason you stay broke, you've mistaken motion for progress. You are busy. You are always busy. But busy is not the same as building. You can row a boat with everything you have, sweat pouring, arms burning. And if that boat is pointed at nothing, you will arrive nowhere, exhausted, and call it hard work. This is the great trick the mind plays. Effort feels like it should be rewarded. It feels fair. So we fill our days with tasks and hustle and 100 small motions, and the sheer fullness of the day fools us into believing we're moving forward. But the world does not pay you for how tired you are. It pays you for value created, for problems solved, for something built that other people need. And most hard work, most of it, creates almost nothing that lasts. It is expensive exhaustion. Motion dressed up as meaning. So slow down and ask the hard question. Am I building something or am I just moving? Reason 5. The identity trap. And now we reach the fifth reason, the one I hid from myself the longest. You are not broke because you are lazy. You are broke because somewhere along the way, hard workers stopped being something you do and became something you are. Think about how you were raised. You were praised for effort, for staying late, for being tired. Exhaustion became a badge, proof that you're a good person, a serious person, someone who deserves respect. And so, without ever choosing it, you learn to love the grind. Not because it makes you money, but because it makes you feel worthy. And that is the trap. Because building real wealth often looks like the opposite of grinding. It looks like sitting still and thinking. It looks like saying no to work that pays today so you can build something that pays for years. It looks like letting your money and your time quietly compound while you rest. While the old part of you screams that rest is lazy, that you should be doing more. So you go back to the grind, not because it's working, but because it's the only thing that feels righteous. And an identity that is proud of being busy will never, ever allow itself to get rich. It will defend its own exhaustion to the very end. Sit with that in your own life. You are not failing because you aren't working hard enough. You are stuck because you're addicted to a kind of hard work that keeps you feeling safe, feeling seen, and staying poor. The way out. So, what does the way out actually look like? It is not working harder. You've already proven you can do that. It's changing the questions you live by. Stop asking, how hard am I working? Start asking 3 better questions. What am I building that will outlast today? How much of what I earn am I actually keeping? What do I own that works for me while I sleep? There's an old image I keep close. A wise man does not chase the river, running alongside it, grabbing at the water with his hands until he collapses. He digs a small channel, patiently, quietly, and then he steps back, and the river comes to him, on its own, forever. That is the whole difference. The world taught you to chase. Wealth belongs to the ones who learn to build the channel and let it come. You came here believing your problem was that you weren't working hard enough. I hope you're leaving with a harder and freer truth. The grind was never the answer. Direction is. Ownership is. Patience is. If this opens something in you, then the next step is simple. You need to build the very first thing that earns without you. I've made a video on exactly how to build your first income-producing asset, even if you're starting with almost nothing. And if you want to keep walking this path, building wealth with a clear mind instead of a tired body, subscribe to The Wealthy Monk. Every week, one idea to make you a little wealthier and a little wiser. Work less like a machine, think more like a monk. I'll see you in the next one.